Hopefully that worked now. Maybe.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, okay. At least I got one thing working. Hello, and welcome to Saga Roll, where our doofasses play some tabletop games.
This is the Sabbat Chronicle, so it may involve rather dark imagery and situations uncomfortable for many. So if you're not up for mature audience items, please leave now. Alright, and with that, who would like to start our recap?
Not it, since I'm doing technical things.
We'll get Phil to do it. What did we do?
Oh, it's such a long time ago. Give us a hint, Toasty.
Yeah.
A hint?
Yeah. How do we start?
You started by everybody being in the garage with one another, and there was a particularly sludge-caked man showering in the corner.
Yeah, I was having a shower. That's right.
Right. That was so long ago. It was like a year ago.
It was
Like last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I was having a shower. La, 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 la.
And expelling much of the Mississippi from your innards.
Yeah, I had to turn myself upside down to try and put let gravity do its work, getting rid of the fluids from inside me.
That phrase comes so easily out of your mouth, Christopher.
I mean,
So
sometimes I
highly.
have to turn myself upside down. What do you want to know?
What do we do? I think I want.
Of all of this, I believe there was discussion about securing you new clothing.
Yes.
Yes.
And how did that go?
It went well.
I
Yes,
kind of sat around and waited.
Some nice scrubs.
Who went with Dr. Isaacs to the hospital to get the scrubs?
Hank.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
So Hank drove you and waited in your usual parking spot while you ducked into the hospital.
Hank did not drive me. None of you are ever touching my van again.
Hey, look, I'm just saying, you came back, the first words that came in your mouth was, I need Frank, right? That's on you, it's not on me.
As the impartial storyteller, he's right. He's technically right.
Which is
The
the best
best
kind
kind right.
Yep. So,
Well,
do you remember the colors of scrubs that you grabbed him and the individual you bumped into?
I got him a set of olive green, a set of pastel pink, a set of navy blue, and I think that was it. Maybe one
Gray.
more. Gray.
And you bumped into someone
Hold
that
on.
you usually...
I got it somewhere, I think. Sabine Lee. Dr. Sabine Lee.
Correct.
Me.
And what did you tell her? She inquired if you were there for shift.
I told her no. But I could help out for a few minutes if needed, and she told me, she laughed at me.
Yes, apparently it has been particularly difficult around the hospital as of late. And if you were unavailable for a full shift, it would be best if you did not linger.
So I did not linger.
In the meantime, we had a very interesting game of cards where the title of last session came from. Although I believe it devolved from cards and more into who wants to bite whom.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's lots
Yeah.
of fighting going on.
It was a,
Canine spin the bottle.
a myriad of fluid exchange.
Please phrase it differently.
I think that's a pretty good
correct, yeah.
explanation. Well, I mean, part of the thing about the whole fluid exchange thing was, like, I remember Frank was didn't understand why you guys wanted to use cups.
Correct.
Like, we are our own cups, surely. Like, why do we not just feed directly from each other?
And eventually they were pretty honest with you about it. Do you remember the reason why they were hesitant?
Because they're losers.
Do you remember the actual reason why they were hesitant?
Because they're scared that I won't stop and I might eat them.
Yes.
I mean, it's fair.
Technically correct.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
That's
you.
quite correct.
Yeah.
What did Frank learn through the
Well,
whole
losers.
experience of transference here?
He picked up a new ability through the transfer of vampire fluids, and has developed the ability to shield his mind from external influences, but not from internal ones.
Yes. Yes. But there was something else. It was the elation of the experience.
Oh yeah,
Jules had been the
vampire
only
tastes way better.
Correct. Jules had been the only one out of the group which had experienced it prior.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a little click that's gone on in the back of Frank's brain now. Like, yeah, humans are good, but let's go and eat all the vampires.
It was fun. I mean, you know.
It was also very much enjoyable for each of you because eventually you just forewent the cups that were found
Especially
and
Jules.
decided.
I think it was mostly Jules that, like, forwent the cup, right?
I believe so. Peter, I want to say that you were the individual who decided to maintain the use of drawing Vitae into the cups.
Yeah, I think I did. No, I did bite. I did bite in the end.
You weren't bitten, but you did bite.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, a good number of you experienced both the rush of tasting K-Night blood for the first time, or second. And however, not all of you experienced what it was like to be bitten now that you are K-Night. And so, despite the plethora of experiences that you've had with the gardener thus far, you've had a very eye-opening experience in this second night in New Orleans. Now that you're kind of on your own. We will pick back up at the garage. Dr. Isaacs has returned with Hank, who is going to excuse himself to go speak with Josephine. The evening is drawing soon to a close.
Question.
Yes.
Is this after Jules is staying the night with her husband, or is this the next night? I'm sorry.
Yeah, because we finished the end of the session. We finished.
Yes.
We went to go meet hubby.
That is correct. So the rest of the group had gone. You reconnoitered. You met hubby. You ate the chef. Hubby introduced the new chef, which was insisted that not to be eaten at this time.
Yet.
At this time, hubby greeted each of you, seemed to know mostly about you at this time, and agreed that he would set up a formal meeting with Josephine because Hank had confirmed that Josephine was aware of the interest to meet through you, Jules.
Yep.
So your husband Romero said he would actually reach out and arrange that for the group. He will speak to you later that evening as you're turning in, because the offer was made to the group, from what I recall, if you wanted to stay at their home, and I believe most people declined. I don't think anyone else actually agreed.
They just don't want to live with me. Oh, I just don't want to live with Jules. Bummer.
Hey, it's not a personal thing. just want to, like, get back home and get out of your way. Otherwise, I might eat your chef.
Just wait until she does something stupid, like burn some eggs or something, and then you can eat her.
Cool.
I don't even know if the Michelin star existed back then, so
I think that was the 80s.
I think so. We'll go through a lot of French chefs and cuisines, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's Jules' favorite. We gotta find the perfect one.
Yep.
And once we do, we know what's gonna happen to him, right?
Gotta eat them all.
No.
All
Jul-
the ones that don't work out.
Yeah, all the ones that don't work out, like, you know, you eat them, but then when Jules finds one that works out, she embraces them. So
Bonus, they taste even better.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I took that lore sheet about the retinue. I just I don't know when I'm gonna get my retinue of vampires yet to boss around.
I mean, you have a number of individuals at your fingertips. You could use it anytime. Just let me know.
Okay.
You just gotta make the first few steps towards it. I mean, you
Yeah.
haven't tried to embrace anyone yet, so we'll have that experience when you're ready.
It's fine. I don't think our baby girl is there yet, so it'll be fine.
There was a pleasant dinner, which was actually... I'm concerned with the thought process I see happening behind Hale's expression, but you had a pleasant evening, a number of snacks and finger foods served, which I believe kind of went over the head of a number of the group. There was also a very, very nice vintage served, which the plants got to enjoy. Peter, when you broke off for the rest of the evening, you went to kind of retrace your steps around the French Quarter.
I did.
What did you find?
Dead person.
Who was it?
Poor kitten. Poor kitten had fallen down and landed on some teeth.
That is accurate. Do you remember where you found her? Or rather, the state you found her in?
Down an alleyway under a load of bin bags. Although she'd been bitten, it was a bit more rough than what you would expect from standard puncture wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of thinking that there's some ugly motherfuckers out there eating my people.
Quite possible. You also checked on Maddie. What did you find
I
out
did.
about Maddie?
He was no longer there. And apparently people find me ugly. I can't possibly imagine why.
I don't know why. Why would they find you ugly?
Because I might have a flaw that says ugly.
And how does this flaw manifest for you?
A huge fuck off great scar that runs all the way across my face.
Okay. The evening does close with Hank and Frank returning to the garage. Frank, you've made your calls, you've reached out to the individuals, and Josephine has given you the list of items inside the club she would like for you to work on that night.
I think I already started working there already, didn't I?
Yeah, this is just the first night you have a little bit of time to actually get into it.
Yeah.
So you know what she would like for you to do. You've confirmed that you're going to pick up the odd jobs and you'll look into the watchman job, potentially.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Depending on how things are going to go. Josephine will inform you before you depart so she can speak to Hank alone that Elysium has been decided for the following evening. She's got the location. She will take you there. Unfortunately, she's going to need Hank with her that night, and she may not be in attendance depending on how things play out through the early evening. that or she will join later. But she will make sure that you get there.
Okay. When we go to this place, how does it work? How do we present ourselves?
Typically, your sire would present you. I am going to attempt to step into this ring with you and present you as kindred that we have found wandering the city, interested in joining Camarilla life, and introduce you simply as your name and the clan you know to be. For those of you who I am presenting, this is a very large risk I am taking.
I mean, you don't have to do anything on my behalf. If you just point me in the right direction, I can go and say hello and introduce myself. I don't want to put you to any trouble. I think we've lost
I'm
Toasty.
so sorry. Give me just a moment.
That's right.
Terribly sorry about that. There's a lot of noise in the background. I had to mute for it.
No worries.
Is anyone dead as a result?
They might be soon.
Do they need to be put into the Mississippi?
I know who to call. Could you please say that again, Hale? I apologize.
Yeah, 1 second. You don't have to put yourself to any trouble. I don't want to be any trouble for you. If you could just point me in the right direction and tell me what I need to do, I'm quite happy to stand up and say, hello, I'm Frank. Like, I don't want you to have to go to any trouble. You've already been super generous, allowing me to stay here with Hank, and I don't want to be a burden.
I appreciate your offer. It's going to be at the... How familiar are you with New Orleans, Frank?
Quite familiar with the Mississippi now. Not very.
Oh, you can't really miss this spot. It's actually one of our historic favorites. It's the Hotel Monteleone.
Let me write that down.
Here. And she's gonna hand you a paper. It's like a small little pamphlet. You can tell it's probably based for, tourist purposes. And it has Hotel Monteleone on it. So it's Monteleone.
Okay.
And Elysium will be in session around 10:30.
Okay. I mean, I can make my own way there and be there on time. Do you want me to maybe gather the others together and so you don't have to worry about it?
I'm willing to take this step out on a limb with your group and introduce you. Or if you introduce yourselves, you will be beheld to one another should one of you have a mishap in the city, according to the Camarilla.
Okay.
If I introduce you, I will be beheld to it.
Oh, we don't want that.
If I'm not directly involved with you, it will bring less suspicion on me when I go out of my way to help you on occasion. The Camarilla like to view connections as a scale, a balance, if you will. And if they know I am directly interacting with your group after introducing you, it will be a disadvantage to both of us.
Well, then why don't you let us do the introductions ourselves?
I can do that. Would you like for me to get you a suit?
Oh wait, we got to dress up.
Some do. Elysium is considered an event in most cases. This is not a full Elysium. It is a calling of a meeting of the heads of the city. Not all will be there, but they know someone is being presented.
I really don't want to be a burden, but I basically got these clothes. I should kind of pull at my pink coloured surgical
Scrubs.
I don't really have much stuff. Maybe you could point me in the direction of somewhere I could get a suit? Like, do you know someone?
I can do you one better. Give me your sizing and give me your preference on colors, and I will get you one.
I mean, okay, I can do that. I can do that.
And she'll slide
down.
a pen and paper over to you, and she just requests if you have a specific patterning you prefer, the predominant color and the secondary color.
Green and brown.
I mean, probably black and red, I guess. And size really fucking big.
She will have this ready within the hour. You have around 2.5 hours right now. Once the evening starts, you will have around 2.5 hours to get ready and get over to the hotel.
Okay. Plus I gotta meet with them first.
Yes.
Okay. Right,
So
no pressure, and then give them the
This
news.
is the end of the previous night.
Yeah, gotcha. Awesome, yeah. Alright, yeah, organising things. I'm good at that.
Yep. So you won't get it that evening, but first thing when you wake up, there is a box. Plain, mundane, white packaged box with a gold ribbon wrapped around it and a bow on top.
Okay.
Are we following day
inside
now?
is your suit.
We're following day now, are we?
We will be in just a moment. Peter, how do you round out your evening?
Not a huge amount, to be fair. Just make my way back. A general patrol along, see if there's anything more untoward. If I could notice any more missing people. Yeah, or if you can notice anything missing, if that makes sense.
It's less that you notice missing individuals and more that you notice a discrepancy in the quarter of your usual 3 to 4 blocks that you patrol. There's the same amount of foot traffic, and it seems like about the same amount of tourists, if not more tourists than actual usuals. You don't see as many locals this evening, which stands out to you.
Okie dokie. Well, I'll just make my way back to my place and bed down for the night. / morning.
Dr. Isaacs, how do you round out your evening? Now that your van has been gutted and cleaned and returned.
I'm gonna basically go home, and on the way home, I'm gonna stop by any gas station or any late night store and buy like a ton of air fresheners and paper towel rolls and just kind of stick them back there.
The back of your van is a menagerie of hanging air fresheners just all along, lining the interior of the ceiling.
gonna smell
Everything.
like black pine in there.
It's going to be a very strong scent once you open the door the next day.
That's okay.
Jules, do you have any further items you would like to address before the evening closes?
I'm sure Jules would make small talk with Romero, asking what his thoughts on her new friends.
I think they are an interesting bunch. You know I trust your choices and taste in people. I wonder about the policeman, but he seems to have a fairly level head on his shoulders.
Good spotting on that.
I think he's more interested in getting business done, and the deal of us both having the same problem right now will be mutually beneficial.
Of course. What did you think
The
about
doctor-
Hank? I mean, Frank. Sorry, I get them mixed up all the time. Their names are so similar. And they're both big men, so go figure.
They are very similar in build as well. I think he would do well with our business.
Excellent.
I think he would be very eager for the type of business we run, in fact.
And you don't think he's too old?
If he is as exceptional as you tell me he is, you don't live this long in our business without learning tricks of the trade.
True.
If I judged him on his age alone, that would be a disservice to us, because he is very well kept physically.
True, and he did help out with that bad cook.
Whatever happened?
Oh,
They were wonderful at first.
they were, but then I spotted them slipping notes or writing notes. So it might have been, slipping those notes elsewhere. I don't know.
I see. That's truly unfortunate. I'll have one of our assistants keep an eye on the current one. That way we can make certain there won't be a repeat. For the dinner plans with Josephine, do you want us to host?
Hold on for just a second. Testing.
Can you hear me?
Good.
Yeah, Betty. Your audio, you might want to raise that yourself. I'm on this and I can hear it just fine. So, there you go. All right, let's continue on.
Okay. Is it anyone in particular, or is it you and me?
I don't know. They just... Hold on. Apparently it didn't do it. Hold on a second. I'll deal with this myself.
Okay.
So yeah. Going back to the game, what were we saying?
Romero will inquire if Jules would like for them to host the meeting with Josephine, and if so, would Jules like for him to handle that?
Sure, darling, sure.
Very well. Do you have a particular evening or locale in mind?
Not really, no.
I'll buy out one of the local restaurants for the evening then, and we'll hold something private.
Gotcha. So yeah, that'd be great. Also, I have to go somewhere tomorrow.
Do you need anything?
No, I just need a very great dress.
Would you... It's a little late, but we're evening people now. Do you have anything in mind that you would want?
Oh, I'm just thinking about just putting myself looking in the closet for it.
Okay. Well, how about you... You know what? How about we go upstairs? And I help you pick something out.
Sure.
And then that way, if you don't find something you like, I can get it handled tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do that.
And he will help you up off of the sofa and go upstairs with you. To your old bedroom, not the new one, because clothing is in the process of probably being swapped between the two. I imagine your guest bedroom that you have major main bedroom now, the closet is not nearly as grand.
Gotcha. That'll work. She'll go up there with him, and then pick out a dress. I'm thinking she probably has the policy about if going to Elysium because she knows Elysium's the next night, correct?
Correct.
She'll pick something like really nice, really formal, because she's I'm pretty sure she's of the mindset of like, even if you're overdressed, it's better to be overdressed and underdressed.
Yes.
So
that
she'll
would be very accurate.
Yeah. So it's I don't know what color though. She'll ask Romero, what color do you think? And she'll like, I'm pretty sure she has quite a few ball gowns and such.
Well, black is classic. Red is stunning. Green is subtle, but matches so well with your hair. It makes you just a vision. I wouldn't say blue. It's a little bit... maybe deep navy blue?
Let's go with black.
What type of...
I think maybe black, darling. She's trying to change the subject because he's asking like too many questions. Like she's cutting him off before he starts asking questions.
Right.
Because she knows when he starts asking questions, he just can't really stop.
He'll ask just one more. He takes the hint, but he'll ask just one more. What type of message do you want to send?
Just that I'm formal and I'm there and mean business.
Black is the right choice.
Excellent. She'll grab the black evening gown.
He will pick out a few subdued but very high class accessories for you, so they don't overpower the dress, but they definitely make a statement.
Gotcha.
It's clear that you have backing of some sort with the quality of the accessories, but it's also not so much that it looks gaudy.
Excellent. She'll smile at him, and then she'll have it laid out for tomorrow night. I mean, like, let's go to bed.
He will guide you off to your new bedroom, and we will close that evening. The next morning, do all of you meet at the cafe which Frank suggested?
Well, Frank will be there in his new suit. With an espresso that he's smelling and not drinking.
I'll meet him at the cafe.
Yeah, we'll head there.
was that?
Hunger,
So, rouse check.
Oh, rouse check, yeah.
please.
Rouse check, rouse check, rouse check.
For new evening.
Girls.
More hungry than I want to be.
Yeah, I wanna munch before we go anywhere.
Me too. I'm on hunger 1. I don't want to be on hunger 1.
At this point, I will say it's been about 30 minutes since you've awoken to actually meet up. Jules, do you want to go ahead and take time to doll up before you go meet the others, or do you want to meet and then go back to your place?
She'll probably doll up and then be dressed and then drive over to where they are at.
Okay. It doesn't take you any time at all. You're used to this kind of situation. It's literally in your blood at this point. And you meet up with everyone. Stunning. As you park. There are quite a few heads at the cafe, which is predominantly empty outside of Frank at this point, that turn to look at you, and they kind of linger for a moment, and then you can see them cut their eyes towards Frank and how he's dressed, but they go back to their business quickly.
Who's the first to arrive?
It would be Jules, and followed by Peter and then Dr. Isaacs.
What's Peter wearing? His normal clothes?
Reasonably smartish, but fairly outdoorsy, ruggedy kind of clothes.
You're not dressing up?
Yeah.
Is this dressed up, or are you going to go and dress up later?
This is the nicest clothes I've got.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. What do you think of my suit?
It's alright. Bit restricted for me.
Black suit with a red tie, is it?
Yes. Whatever you requested, that is exactly what you received, Frank.
I think the way I normally dress up is black suit, black shirt, red tie.
That would be exactly it then. Peter, you're wearing the best clothes that you own. Did you take time to iron them?
They're
What would
presentable.
take ironing? But yeah.
They're presentable. But I wouldn't say I was particularly smart. Very sort of almost like an army sort of shirt, like Korean style army shirt or Korean War style army shirt. That kind of thing, utilitarian type thing.
A Korean style army shirt.
Not a Korean army shirt, no, as in like the Korean War.
The Korean War.
Yeah.
Well, when you walk in, Frank will stand up and start adjusting it. You're wearing it wrong.
Mm.
Frank, you're able to smooth out some of the creases he may have missed. Dr. Isaacs, you arrive to a scene of Frank adjusting Peter's shirt and kind of smoothing it down overall. Jules, I imagine you've taken a seat at the table at this point?
Yeah, she will.
Okay.
And she'll like, hey, guys.
Oh, Lucy, you look. Jules, you look lovely tonight.
Ah, thanks. You do too. She'll kind of give him, like, the look of, like, what the hell, and then just play along with it. Does he?
Was the dog?
He would be walking in at that time.
What's the dog wearing?
Just a brown plaid working man suit. Kind of like an everyday suit.
Huh?
Button down.
Yeah.
Apparently, colors of ties are important to Frank. What tie have you picked?
Light blue.
You know,
Waiter. Go ahead.
when you eat, if you drop, that's going to really show up.
It's not going to show up on red.
I mean, for a while it won't show up on red, and then it will show up on red, but then you can take the tie off. But the black suit...
You see, if you don't rush into it, then you can take the tie off first.
Well, that's good advice. That's good advice. I'll remember that. Take the tie off before you eat. Gotcha. So you know where we're going?
Which of you gave contact information to Hank? Like a phone number or anything, if you did.
Yeah, I would have.
I live with him, I did to the point.
Would Jules share her contact information with Hank?
In fact, what contact information? If you need to speak to me, just shout to the other side of the room, because it's not like I've got a mobile to give you.
Yeah. She probably would have Josephine's number and probably, like, I guess the cafe's number. Other than that, yeah. No.
I gave her my Snapchat.
Okay. Josephine would call you, Jules, first thing that evening to make sure that you have everything you need. And she would let you know that Elysium has been decided to be held at the Hotel Monteleone.
Stole my thunder, I was going to say that.
If you don't require anything of her, she won't mince words or waste time. She'll wish you luck, see you there, hopefully on time, and hang up. And you feel like the hopefully on time was not directed at you per se, but that she might have a delay of some type happening.
Okay.
Dr. Isaacs, Hank would have phoned you at the start of the evening to let you know as well that the location for Elysium is going to be the Hotel Monteleone.
Okay.
A very anxious waiter makes his way over to your table. Compared to the rest of the individuals who have had service so far this evening, your group vastly stands out against the sea of tourist-clad individuals that you can tell are not acclimated to the extremes of heat and humidity for New Orleans. Their clothing reflects such. However, your group of well-dressed, suited individuals seem perfectly at ease right now. And you can tell his anxiety is coming from potentially serving a very well-to-do table.
Is he the way to, like, does he work here often? Like, when we've been in before, when I've been in before, has he been working?
Yes, he's actually waited on you this evening. You've seen him around. Either he's the individual behind the counter taking like direct orders, and it's like a small coffee and bakery shop. It's not a huge to-do cafe, it's just the corner. He's either serving at the counter or he's actually out here taking orders and bringing out dishes.
Okay.
His name is Jackson, if you would have inquired. He would have also introduced himself.
Yeah, if he's introduced himself. I wouldn't have asked his name, but if he's introduced himself, certainly.
Well, he'll make his way over to your table. Good evening. You can tell he's probably late teens, early 20s.
Relax, Jackson. It's all good.
Have you ever introduced yourself to him?
No, but I've been in here a few times before.
He gives you a tentative smile and nods, and you can tell that his body posture, while still tense, relaxes considerably. How can I assist your friends this evening?
Do you guys want coffee? Before we go?
Yeah, I
I'll get a
could.
bite on the way out.
Yeah, I could use with a cup of coffee.
Do you have beignets?
Yes, we do. Fresh made.
2 of those, please.
They're very good here.
Miss, would you like a beignet as well?
But of course.
Anything particular for your coffee?
2 sugars.
He smiles.
Military standard.
He smiles at Jules and nods to the table before excusing himself, and he'll come back only a few minutes later, setting down the plates and the cups in front of each of you respectively, and then excuse himself. Jules, if you taste test, for both you and Dr. Isaacs, the beignets are piping hot. He does warn you that they are very freshly made. And you can see that the powdered sugar has actually begun to kind of become translucent on top. Your coffee is made to order. Dr. Isaacs, did you specify anything, or it's just straight?
I didn't want coffee.
Alright, and your evening begins. Are there any points of order you would like to discuss?
So I spoke to Josephine, and she said we got to go to this place called Hotel Montelenero.
Montiolone.
Yeah, that's one. And we got to be there at 10:30. I don't know where it is, but I got like this leaflet thing. And he'll pull it out of his pocket, put it on the table. You guys know this town better than I do. She said that she was going to intercede on our behalf, but it was going to cost her, and I told her not to do that. I said that we could go and introduce ourselves so that she wouldn't have a cost.
Okay.
Seems reasonable.
She's been over generous with us already. And I don't want her having to take any heat for whatever we get up to.
Makes sense.
So, I remember we introduced ourselves and our clans that we know of.
Yeah.
Due to the gardener being the only other one that I've met, do you think I should choose a different clan?
What do you mean?
Well, I haven't met a whole bunch of Samitsi.
I haven't met any Malkavians. As far as I can tell, I'm the only one.
Well, we haven't heard about any Samitsi either. We've at least heard about the Malkavian Primogen.
Okay, there's maybe 2 of us in the city.
I mean, I've heard of, what was it? Ventru? Ventru? Is that a name? Ventru?
Yes.
This is the gardener spoke about those.
Yeah, and then also Josephine told us about the Ventrue.
Yeah.
The Prince
Yeah.
Marcel is also a venture.
Oh, I didn't write that down.
Yeah.
I'll write that in my little book.
Be sure that you do, because did we decide how we met or whatever?
Oh, yes, a good idea. Let's get our story straight.
In a cover story?
So I'm from out of town. You guys are all from in town. So, which one of you wants to have met me?
I don't know. Really?
I mean, I think I'm planning on sticking with like as close to the truth as possible. Like I came here on a trip, and then something happened, and I woke up and I was different.
Makes sense. Or there's the California line. It's still a trip.
What's the California line?
Oh, but we went to California and then we got, and then came back home.
That sounds like a lie, though.
It's all a lie.
Yeah.
It's not a lie. I did come on a trip here, and then I did wake up one day, and I was different.
I mean, you're not wrong. We all did wake up a little different.
I mean, I think I'm going to go with that like line. I just need one of you to be the person who I met.
You probably met me.
Doc.
I'm around.
Cool. Okay. Bumped into the doc. How did the two of us get to know these two? And Hank, obviously.
I don't know what to do about Peter. But
Well,
you're a tourist, you're in town, go have a good time, go to the club, meet Hank.
Hank introduced us to Jules.
Said it was his boss, kind of.
Okay, so that's a good connection that way, and we adopted a shit dog on the way. I mean, Pete, we need some connection to you, mate.
I was in the club.
Yeah, you look like the kind of person who goes in clubs.
What the fuck do you want from me?
All right, you were clubbing. Fair enough.
You could be a friend of Hank's.
Could be a friend of Hank's.
Maybe you
Could've
go
dealt
and
with him in
go
the
here
past.
and there. Yeah, he does get in a fair bit of brawls.
Yeah. I was following up inquiries in the club. Seeing if anyone had known something similar to what had happened to me as I woke up outside. Yeah.
Nice, cool. All right, we got it nailed down.
Wait, what are we decide? What did we decide on?
So I came to the city
Okay.
as part of a trip,
Okay.
and I went out for a drink, and then I woke up and I was changed, and I kind of bumbled around a little bit until I bumped into the doc. The doc took me clubbing for some reason, and while we were there, we bumped into Hank, and he introduced us to you, and also in the club was Pete.
Asking familiar questions as to like anybody
he's-
know what happened to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, I got changed, and then I just was just going clubbing.
Hank knows you,
Okay.
so we met Hank in the club, and you knew Hank. So Hank is the linchpin for us all to get to know each other.
Okay.
He's
okay.
the middle of the group. We all met through Hank,
Okay.
but I met the doc first, and then the two of us met the rest of everyone else.
That makes sense. Okay. Also, Out of curiosity, did we decide what if we know our makers or whatever this called? Sires?
My daddies.
Yeah, our daddies.
When we were talking to Josephine, she said the sires usually present them
Correct. She would have informed you that
the
typical
first time
protocol
when we got
is
there.
sire would have introduced you if they created you here.
And since if we just woke up here one day, we probably don't know our sires.
I don't know. I
Because
don't
if
know
they're
who my daddy is.
there, then
It's true.
Yeah, it's true, but okay. I mean, if it works, it works. If not, it's nice knowing you, everyone.
Well, if it doesn't work, we'll just fight our way out. No problem.
Yeah,
Murder everyone.
sounds like a lovely plan.
What could possibly go wrong?
If we get split up, head back towards Mr. the Gardener's place.
Wait,
Like, if it goes wrong
right?
and we get split up, just head out of town and head straight towards Mr. the Gardener's place.
Gotcha. Or should we head to Smokey?
well, Smokey is a neutral party, it seemed. So I don't know if we want to get him involved. I don't know if he would want to get involved if we were on the run from the Camarilla.
I say we just get out. Like, if it goes wrong, we want to get out of town real quick.
True. Okay, I mean, sure, we can do that.
But it ain't going to go wrong.
I think it's gonna go perfect.
This is one of my plans.
Right. Yeah. What do you think, Doctor? Do you like this plan or do you not like this plan?
Yeah, let's hear from Dr. Isaacs and Peter too.
Well, you see, when we were talking about this, I thought we were discussing how we met before we got turned. But if we got turned, then it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to bring you clubbing.
Yeah, you're getting turned.
I'm already turned at that point.
Yeah,
Look, I've got no good reason to be anybody while I'm on the tour, right? So, I turn up. I was in New Orleans for one night, and I woke up the next day or the next evening, and I was different. Like, I haven't had a chance to meet anybody before I was turned. So it has to be after I've been turned already.
How about, because you didn't know what was going on, you went to the hospital, which is where you bumped into Dr. Isaacs.
Because I wasn't feeling right.
Because you weren't feeling right. And because Dr. Isaacs has heard some rumblings that someone might know something about something strange going on down at the 500 Club, he then took you two down there to see if you could get some answers. At which point, you then met Hank. Hank then introduced you to Jules, and I was there being the most amazing dog ever.
Come on, let's not push it. I was
How
listening
does that-
right up to that last sentence.
Alright, I was being a mediocre dog then.
All right, well, I'll meet you
Pretty
on
good dog.
mediocre.
Yeah, I wasn't sat on the sofa or anything.
I mean, that can work.
Yeah, that's good. That's a better story. Like it.
Because that gives plausible deniability to everything. So you feeling shit, you meet a doctor at hospital, that's pretty believable.
Who also turns out to be a vampire.
Well, yeah, just coincidental. And then the doc's obviously heard rumblings of strange happenings going on in and around the 500 Club, which then gives us a link to everybody else.
Nice. Like it. Let's do it. I'm with that.
good plan, Petey.
Get a little bit more animated because someone said I was good.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, are they gonna like really ask like everything, or I mean, are we gonna get the third degree? Like, you know.
I was just gonna tell him.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna tell him.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say hi. My name's Frank. I'm a Malkavian. Recently arrived in the city. If you want to know any more, you know, just ask. And then if they ask, then I'll tell them more.
Please click on my frequently asked questions tab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Really don't know. Yeah, it could be just like Alcoholics Anonymous. You know, hi Frank, or it could be like you know, like an actual interview.
Hopefully
We
not.
don't know.
Well, it'll either go well or we'll have to kill everyone.
Yeah. Either way, I'm down.
Well, it'd be fun either way, I guess.